Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel and another playthrough video of Hellcat Tankers. So we are on day 5 now. We survived our first day in combat, which was day 2. And our driver is line, our loader is line, and the other crew members are still green. So on this mission we have the same objective as the last one, which is just reveal all potential enemies and then move off the map in the direction of the red arrow. So first thing we're going to do is roll for the placement of a Puma, which will spawn in hex number 7. And then we should roll for facing, and it will face like so. And then we have 2 potential enemies to roll for, number 11 and number 7. So let's see, where is... I already rolled 7, did I? Yes. Looks like they're all gonna spawn rather close to me. I don't like that. Wow, number 6. Oh. Okay, well, this is gonna be a hard one, guys. So yeah, when you end the battle day, you do get to load your gun. You get to repair 2 condition points, but we ended on 6, so we don't have to repair. But we're loaded, we're all repaired. Take a note though that even though we have the same objective, you might think, well, that's going to be easy. Well, the end of turn event table has changed. We now have StuG, 3 ambushes, Hellcat, we have sniper, mine, mechanical problems, German artillery, German infantry. Only on a 10, which is US support, 11, 12, we have civilians help us out. So we don't have that effective operation or efficient operation. So I believe this is a little bit harder now. There's no Stukas though, as I can see, so that's good. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and roll, and we get 6 dice as our condition is 6. And we need to place our Hellcat first. And the question is where I want to place it. I feel like there's not going to be any way for me to get I'm not going to be able to get a shot at that Puma. I might want to try to spot one of the potential enemies, but they're far away. So I feel like I might actually want to try to see if I can get quite a few movements up here and try to just hide behind the woods somehow. Because I feel like if I'm facing that direction, I'm going to need a total of 3 moves. That's a lot of moves, so not very likely. And then I have 2 of these guys very close to me. So I think I need to try to go up the left flank here to avoid these 2 guys. And the Puma it's not that scary. So I'm going to keep my commander down. And I'm going to roll 66. And let's just look so I'm not forgetting anything. Nope, everything is as it should. Okay, so that's a very good roll, I have to say. And we are going to use the 5 to move. And then we're going to use the 4 to move as well. And you know what? I think I am going to try to ambush that Puma. So I'll use the 6. Sorry, with my movement I turn like this. And then I use the 6 to get hull down. I use the second 6 to prepare for an ambush. And then I finally use the last 6 to put up smoke. So that Puma is going to have a very hard time killing me with all of these modifiers. But he'll get a chance. So we're going to jump to the Puma now and see what he does. So we roll 4d6 for him. And we're going to reroll that 6. And here we have the final roll. A 2, a 3, a 4, and a 6. So with the 2, he would fire. If not, move. Then it blocked turn. So he moves. And guess what, guys? I'm going to ambush him now. Okay, so I'm in a nice ambush position here. My firepower is 6. The armor of the Puma is none. So we get no negative modifiers. And then we get a +1 because we're actually rather close. We're only 2 hexes away. So I get to fire now at him. And 5 and 6 are hits. And let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3 hits. So roll those hits to see if we roll an 8 or higher, he is destroyed. And I like what I see. I roll a 14, so that Puma is dead. So we are removing his dice here because he's dead, so he's not going to get the pleasure of rolling them. And then we roll 2d6 to see if we rank up. And we roll a 4 and a 4, which is, we have rolled now. Every time we killed someone, we have rolled a double. So we have no choice. The driver is going to go ahead and become experienced. That's a little bit of a shame because, in my opinion, the best person to get up to expert is the gunner, and he is still green. That is a problem. My expert driver, however, now is going to be able to do a lot of things. He's going to be able to move and turn. He's going to be able to hold down or get hold down. He's going to be able to spot. He's going to be able to reverse. He's going to be able to repair, and he's even going to be able to extinguish a fire. So, oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the assistant driver. Okay, let's do that again. He's going to be able to move or turn. He's going to be able actually to fire the machine gun. He's going to be able to hold down and spot. He's going to be able to reverse and to repair. But he still can't extinguish a fire. That's very bad. Okay, so that's it for the Puma. We're going to roll for the potential enemies. We start with the closest one. So he rolls 2, 2, 4, 6. He's not going to go to the 2s because that's further away. He's going to go 4 though. And 6, nope, because that's blocked. Next potential enemy. 6, 6, 1, 3. 1 is blocked. Let's see here, 2, 3 is blocked. And 6, yeah, okay, he can, I guess he can do those. That's not going to make him further away. And end of turn events. We roll 9, which is German infantry. German infantry in all adjacent buildings and forests, but here there are none of those things. So that's very lucky for me. And that is the end of this turn. We remove my smoke and my ambush counter. And now, let's see, I think I'm going to keep my commander up now and try to spot that first potential enemy. And to spot, I need to roll a 6, a 5, or a 1. And we got a few good things here. We're gonna use, let's see here, the driver, sorry, the loader, who's a 2. No, he can't spot, but with those I could ambush, I could repair. I don't need to do that, and then I could load and fire. So I'm gonna use the first. See, I'm gonna use the first 3 to load, and then I'm gonna use the 5 to turn, and I lose my hold down position, and then I'll use, let's see here, well, that's bad. I can't use the 1 to move forward, because if I do that, I don't have anything left to spot him with. So I think I'll simply gonna use my, let's see here, let's say I use my 1 instead for moving, and then I use the 5 I had to get hold down again, and then I use the 2 that I have to ambush. And can I smoke with that too? Let's see, ambush with 2 if he is, yes I can ambush if he's line, and then smoke. I need an experienced gunner, or no, I need a line gunner or an experienced loader, and I have neither, so I can't smoke. So these two are unfortunately wasted, but I'm hull down and I got ambushed ready. Okay, so let's roll for the potential enemies. First one. So he's gonna move 1, 2, 3 down here. Let's see. Actually, he would move first up here. I get no. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, he's not gonna move up. But he's going to move to the 3. 1, 2, 3. No, he's not going to do that either. 1, 2, 3, because then he becomes further away. So yes, and the 6 is blocked, so he's not going to move anywhere. So he stays put. That's good for me. Next bad guy. He's not going to move up with the 1s, as that's blocked. He's going to move with the 5, though. And then let's see with the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so he moves up there. And the end of turn events, and that's almost never anything good. Oh no, free. StuG free ambush. If loaded, roll 2d6. 3d6 if commander is line. 4d6 if commander is experienced. To destroy on any 5 or 6. Mark as unloaded. Okay, so load, roll 2d6 then. So 5 or 6 and we destroy that StuG. And luckily for us, who do roll a 6, we managed to destroy the StuG, but we are now unloaded. If not destroyed, StuG-free attacks with 5d6. 3 smoke hold down modes only. 5d6, man, that's bad. Well, that was super lucky. We managed to get him, so I'm very thankful for that. And I wonder with the ambush, if that's gonna... I don't think that will do anything, but it would be cool if that would let me attack twice. Okay, so it is my turn again. I need to get loaded up, and I need to spot that guy. I'm going to keep my commander open. So, let's see. Yeah, we're all a little bit better now. I'm going to use the 2 to load. I'm going to use the, see here, the 4 to move. So I'll lose my hold down position. And then I shall use my 1 to attempt to spot him. And you know how it is. We get 2d6. We need to roll a 5 or 6. We get +1 for being with closer than 3 hexes. And we'll get +1 because commander is up. So we roll. Let's see. And that was the 1 that I had. I think I'll use, contemplating whatever I should use the 4 instead, which is the driver who's experienced, so he can spot, but he could actually have done that when he was line, because I could then move back with the 1 or the 6. So yes, I used the 4 to spot. So I have 4 dice, and we roll 1, 6. We managed to spot him. We roll 2d6 now, and we roll 6. So that's going to be a Panzer IV. So let's go ahead and roll to see where he will face. We roll a d6, and he will face to hex number 2, which is just perfect for me, because that means he's showing his ass to me, and his rear armor is 0. As you can see here, Panzer IV, rear armor 0. Well, thank you. Okay, so we are definitely going to take this opportunity to fire with the 2. Or perhaps I should use my, let's see, could I fire with the 1? Fire turret? No, I cannot. Only if the commander is experienced. So I'm going to use the 2 to fire with the loader. And we get 6 dice, so our firepower is 6. We get +1 because we're only 2 hexes away, and +1 because commander is up. 5 and 6 are hits. So that's a very nice roll. We got 4 hits. And we will take him out if we manage to roll 8 or higher. And we roll 10, 14, 17. He's very dead. That's a Panzer IV down. We go ahead and roll to see what person gets experience. Man, this is... I'm getting a little bit annoyed now. So every time I manage to kill an enemy, I have rolled a double every single freaking time. And now I roll a double again. For the second time in a row, I roll 4-4. So that's the driver who's already experienced. That's a lost experience point for me. That's very unfortunate, because you really need to get that experience to be able to do anything against the enemies. So that's unfortunate. I use the 6 to load my gun, and then I shall use the 1 to turn my tank. And we shall activate the potential enemy. And he is going to move, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, and he can't move 4, but he can move 5, 5. And then end of turn event, which is always dreaded for me, 5 sniper. If commander is up and German infantry has line of sight, each to him at any range, each attacks with 3d6. Any one is commander killed in action, but luckily there's no infantry. Okay, so that's good. All right, we get to roll 6 dice. I am going to keep his head up because I want to move in and spot this thing. Wow, that's a really good roll. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to use the 5 to move up and turn like so. And then I shall use the 6 to spot. See here, I cannot use the 5, I assume. Nope, because that means I have to have my assistant driver has to be experienced. So I use the 6 to spot. We get 2 dice, +1 for being close, +1 for commander up. So 4 dice, 5 or 6, he's spotted. And we roll a 6, so he's spotted. Roll 2d6 to see what kind of enemy we have here. And look at this. And roll a 12, so that's no enemy at all. That is just a ghost. So we remove that potential enemy, and now we can leave this place. So I shall use my 5 and 6s, there's 3 of them to move. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, and turn. And then I have a 2. Could I do something fun with that? That's my line loader. I could ambush, I could unfortunately not smoke. I could repair. I mean, I could put an ambush. I don't know about, maybe some crazy end of turn event happens. Roll on end of turn event and roll a 5, which is a sniper again, but again there's no enemy infantry, so we're good. Okay, we move on. I actually should have taken down my commanders. I would have been able to move faster, but I forgot about that. 4 move, 1 move, 1 move again. End of turn events. I roll on 9, which is German infantry. So we are going to have German infantry on this location. And then it's my turn again. I take my hatch, or there's no hatch, but I pop my head down into that open turret. I roll 66 again. Oh, dropped 1. These dice have a tendency to escape. Okay, I'm not gonna re-roll any of that. So I'll use the 6 to move and turn. The 4 to move. The second 4 to move and turn. The 5 to move and turn. And the final 5 to move off the board. And that's a mission complete. We now have our driver experienced, our loader is line, and unfortunately everyone else is still green. Real shame that I didn't get that experience point for killing that Panzer IV. We're going to go ahead and roll to see if we have a mission on in 2 days or 3 days. 1 to 3 we skip 1 mission, 4 to 6 we skip 2 missions. And this time we're all free, so we only skip one mission, which is day 6. We go to day number 7. And the mission on this one is reveal all potential enemies and clear the map of all tigers and panthers and then move off the map. And here on the setup, we're going to place 1 panther and 2 potential enemies. So we could have a tiger or panther from those enemies, and we'd have to kill them. But the panther that's going to spawn on this, we definitely have to kill. So this is going to be an interesting one because my experience, my cruise isn't that experienced yet. So this is going to be a challenge. We'll see if we are able to do that. Guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give my video a comment. Tell me what you thought of my tactics and what you think of this game. Take a second just to like the video, and then don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. If you want to help me out a little bit extra, you can become a supporting member of the channel or do a one-time donation with PayPal or YouTube Super Thanks. If you want to buy this game book, just go to your local Amazon website and search for Mike Lambo, and you will find all of his great game books. Okay guys, that's it for this time. Thank you for watching and see you next time.